Compton, you join a gang, or you find another way to survive. You gotta make your own path.
Who are the Compton Cowboys?
Yeah, so the Compton Cowboys, we're essentially we're a group of friends and family. We came up together riding horses in a program that my aunt started way back in the 90s, in actually 1988, called the Compton Junior Posse, which was a nonprofit organization that used horseback riding to keep kids off the streets. And she started that way back in the early 80s when she moved to Compton, and then kind of like myself, her kids, and a bunch of my friends, we all kind of like came up through that program together, just being kids from Compton in the area, and her having the horses for us. So we came up through that program together. We would ride together, be together, just learn the whole equestrian and cowboy lifestyle. And today we just, we all grown now. So we like the fact that that program helped us become like who we are today, and helped us put us on the right path and made an example out of what that mission is. We like, yeah, let's pay it forward. Let's keep it going.
I understand even now, though, it's helping keeping people out of jail, keeping people off the streets. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Precisely, exactly. So the energy, I find that in the neighborhood, like a lot of what our problems are have a lot to do with just a lot of energies, like animosities, emotional disconnects, things that kind of throw you off. And it becomes like, we're all kind of in this like really chaotic, energetic space, right? So like the horses and the equestrian, the whole culture and the lifestyle, these animals, the outdoors, it's so therapeutic for just us as a people in our environment that it's just like this attractive space that once it brings you there, you're just in this magical like land of sorts, where it's almost like somebody used the term once, like Narnia. It's like, especially for the kids, they don't grow up around lots of animals and different things in the hood. A lot of our environment is like man-made stuff, like, a bunch of fences, gates, walls, bricks, streets. They don't get to see horses and birds and, so just to have this space here for them that's really local and it's accessible to them, and just everybody in this general community, the energy it brings here it brings that much needed peace and solace that we need in order to thrive.
You also don't get to see a lot of Black cowboys. So talk to me about, being a Black cowboy in Compton. Do you love country music? What does that look like?
I love this cowboy stuff, for real. I can't even, it's so, I don't know how to say, what it is? It brings me a lot of balance, because I feel like, especially growing up in a city, in the neighborhood, like your life becomes very like, I don't know what other term to use, like cityfied. Like you're like in cars and streets and buildings and all this stuff that we made. And then like, I feel like if you just live like that all the time, you are so like you're leaning super heavy on just that lifestyle. And there are things that come with that, like that you miss out on. So I feel like the cowboy things brings me outside and lets me be able to like, yeah, you see me right now, I'm right here clean, I got my chains on, whoop, but I will go outside and deal with these horses right now, just like this though. You know what I'm saying? I will go, like one of our horses wasn't feeling good this morning. I'm out there, I just came from out there. I was out there making sure he was feeling good, putting water in the bucket. The horse I'm talking about. So I'm out there getting dirty, and it just brings me that balance, and I love that, because I don't ever feel like, I need to be clean, or like, I'm dirty. Like I feel just so, and that is a metaphor for just my life. It's like, it's balance, it's peace. So definitely, I appreciate it so much. I'm so proud to be such a part of a legacy of people that have contributed to the way that we live in this world. You know what I'm saying? Our people have contributed so much time, effort, resources into our way of life. And I feel like I feel aligned with that legacy. You know what I mean? I feel proud of just being able to be like, even in 2020, I got my tattoos. I'm speaking whatever my hood language is. I'm from Compton, I'm whatever, but my heart is still in the same place. It's about family, each other, love, community. Let's figure out our economy. Let's figure out our values. Like it is that spirit, you know what I'm saying? It really is an American spirit. That is really what it is. But we have contributed to that, but then they take it from us and take the credit for it. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm trying to bring that back. Like, I'm proud of that heritage. I'm proud of being a part of that line. And it's a pride thing. It's a legacy. It's about our people. So it makes me proud. It's nothing. I love it. I don't know what to say.
Well,
Like,
you know what? It is about the pride. It is about the legacy. I also, if I recall correctly, I saw some Compton Cowboys out during the protest.
oh yeah, we led in our city in Compton. We actually led our own. We called it a peace ride. We didn't call it a protest. We did a whole like Black Lives Matter thing for when George Floyd was killed by the police. I hit the mayor. We got together and it's like, yo, let's do something for the city. Woo. We brought these horses out. We had like our whole crew and then all the other homies and people that ride. And then we have fans and supporters. We brought them horses out and all the people rallied behind that. And like it was like 10,000 people out there. And like 100, it had to be like 100 horses, 75, 100 horses. And the horses just brought that love, that vibe, that like positive spirit. So our whole thing was all about being peaceful. It wasn't about making a ruckus. We wanted to be heard. So we wanted to do that in a way that people could hear us and feel us. So, especially with a lot of the other marches and movements that they framed as protests, they kind of took on that attitude and energy in the media. You know what I'm saying? So like, we didn't want ours to ever be able to be written off as that, ever, in no way, shape, or form. So we was like, bring these horses out, because you can't hate on the horse. Like, at the end of the day, the horse is gonna make you smile no matter what mood you in, no nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, the horse is gonna make you feel good. So we was like, let's put the horses up front, boom, energetically speaking, put the horses up front, and then the people rally behind the horses, and we're gonna bring this positivity. They gonna hear what we gotta say.
Okay, so now, Randy, you are venturing into music. You're working with Compton's very own Dr. Dre. Talk to me a little bit about how that came about.
The music thing is my thing. Like, that is the heart and soul of why I actually live. The heart and soul of why I live, and that's my biggest dream, my wildest dream. Like, I cry tears over the music stuff.
I'm so tired of that. I wonder, will it ever change? Been praying all my life for better days. Too many.
That's what I'll really do. So when it was time to start thinking about my family wanting me to run the ranch because my auntie was slowing down and different things, I was like, okay, well, I can't put my music on the side because I can't sideline my music because that's my heart and soul, that's my love. So if y'all want me to do the ranch thing, like, I got to do it my own way, which is I got to bring the entertainment industry and the music industry to me, to this environment and this whole thing. So I was like, yo, let's just make the ranch like this crazy Hollywood spectacle, like, and put everything on camera and just like inspire the people and like do a thing, like bring the culture, because it is an authentic culture. I was like, yo, it just once I was older, I saw it, how magical it was, and I'm like, yo, people need to see this stuff. Like, so I was like, damn, I love music, I love entertainment, let me just bring those worlds together. And so we brought all the lights, camera, action to the ranch. That helped build Compton Cowboys as a thing, right? And like, that's how we established our presence as influencers. And then on our platform, we're just all about positivity, the values, the heritage, the vibes, all of it. And I'm like, yo, once I was really in the mix of doing that, like, that energy started touching me like spiritually, and I would go in the studio with this cowboy energy in me. Like, so I'm like, you know what? I grew up on country music, like, this is my real life. Just country and just stories about just life and your trucks and your vibes and family and love. So it was just all so real. So I always had that. So now I'm in the studio thinking like, damn, I'm feeling these vibes. And I'm like, man, let me just do my own approach to what I feel and just let my music just start flowing. And that helped me find who I am. I'm a real cowboy, musician, activist. Like, this is my journey, is to like use my—
I like that. Say that again. A cowboy, activist, musician.
Yeah, a cowboy activist. Yeah, exactly. A cowboy. I'm an activist. I'm a musician. You feel me? Like, that's what I do. So now that, and it's all working together in this world that we created down here, and it's like, yo, it's magic. So for me, it's like, that's what's happening. So Dre, he ended up being like, yo, this, what y'all got going on, we making sure this keep going on. Tell me what's going on. What you got for me? What's going on? Like, how can I help you guys? You know what I'm saying? So he came in, got involved, helped our nonprofit side, and he's like, yo, what else? I'm like, yo, you got music? And he's like, I got music, and let me hear the music. He heard the music, and he like, yo, you got something going on. So fast forward, the whole like George Floyd thing, happened. He got killed, and I had this song Colorblind already on. It was originally written for like us in the streets as homies, gang members and stuff killing each other. Like that, I wrote the record to address that problem. Like, we killing ourselves, we hurting our mamas, and we hurting our parents and our people in our community. The song is a spiritual song. It is about us addressing what's going on the inside of us, and just it's such a song about energy and spirits and higher power. Yeah. And I think Dre heard that and he picked that up. Obviously, you know, he's the doc, you know, and he really accentuated the spiritual essence of the song.
I feel like I finally found it. We supposed to be at divine order, everything on purpose, you know what I'm saying?
The Five Brothers, what an amazing book. It was such a great idea to share these stories of 5 accomplished Black men. Talk to me a little bit about your personal journey.
Well, Mimi, my personal journey, I'm just glad to be here. For folks that read my book, you'll learn that my mother was a single mother. Her friends, her best friends, she had been the star student in school. No one expected her to become a single mother after high school. Her friends encouraged her to have an abortion. She refused to do so. She wanted her son, she wanted her child. And here I am now, a successful lawyer, a successful judge.
I know some of the other men in the book are also very highly accomplished. Can you touch on a little bit of their story as well?
Definitely. So the common denominator in the book is the Compton firm for the most part. 4 of us were lawyers with the Compton firm, and then one of our partners in the Las Vegas office was friends and does business with a physician in Vegas. And so we brought him in on the book as well. He has an inspiring story. He's from Jamaica, came here as a first-generation immigrant, was homeless for a period of time, and now he's one of the most successful physicians, anesthesiologists in Las Vegas. And so we have one of the guys, the youngest guy, Philip Bazemore. He is still trying to get licensed. He's finished law school. He's passed the bar in New York as well as Florida, but something in his past, he had an incident with the police. And so just like so many guys that look like us, young guys, they have incidents with the police, no fault of his own, and he's struggling to get clearance to practice law. But I'm going to use my position as the president-elect and ultimately as president of the National Bar Association to make sure he practices law like the rest of us. And so there are 3 lawyers, 1 judge, and 1 physician in the book.
And why was it so important to tell these stories?
I believe so many times young men, young women, they see us as we are now, but they see the glory, but they don't know the story. So we thought it was important to tell them the stories behind our success. We didn't get here overnight. We had to overcome many obstacles, clear many hurdles to become successful. We also wanted young guys and girls to know that athletics and entertainment is not the only way to success. I mean, the people in the book, we drive Range Rovers, Bentleys, I mean, you name it. We got the same thing that the ball players have, but we did it going through school. And so you can become just as successful being a lawyer, a doctor, or a judge.
And Mississippi has a new flag. I know you fought to make that happen. Why was that important to you?
We got the idea after the Emmanuel 9 died so tragically in South Carolina. And South Carolina had the foresight to remove the Confederate flag from their state grounds. And I just knew Mississippi would follow suit. Unfortunately, Mississippi was the last great white hope. They did not do anything. And so I filed a federal lawsuit that we fought for 2 years, took it all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. We also made a moral case asking the governor and the legislature to just do the right thing. So eventually, a new governor, a new legislature got in this year, and they did the right thing, and the flag is now history. We have a new day in Mississippi, and I'm so glad that the Magnolia will now fly as the standard bearer in Mississippi.
And you are now president-elect of the National Bar, as we discussed a little earlier. Talk to me a little bit about how you'll use this position to help other communities of color, especially when it comes to the criminal justice system.
The National Bar Association is the oldest and largest association primarily comprised of African-American lawyers, judges, and law students. So we were founded in 1925. We plan to use the position to really fight for criminal justice reform. That's something very near and dear to my heart. I've been a civil rights lawyer for 14 of the 18 years of my practice. And so we believe marijuana needs to be decriminalized. We believe that there are so many things. The George Floyd Justice and Policing Act needs to be cleared through the Senate. It's passed the House already. We need the John Lewis Voting Rights Act to be passed. And more importantly, we need reparations. It's high time for reparations. And just like many people did not believe that flag had come down, it did not come down until we sounded the alarm. It's high time that we be paid for the 400 years we've invested in this country. And so I'm going to propose that. I'm going to advocate for that. And we're going to stand up as lawyers and advocate not only for lawyers, but for Black people, period.
So where can we find the book?
Right now, it is available on Amazon as of today. You can purchase a hardback copy, a paperback copy, or a ebook. And so it's available exclusively right now on Amazon. Eventually, we will have it on other platforms and bookstores.
And that will do it for us. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and keep the conversation going. Let us know how we're doing. Shoot us an email or at cultureconversations@foxtv.com.